Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 1 in PAD 381, which is in Singapore. So let's introduce my group members. So the first one is Ismail Hakim bin Jama'an. So the second one is Nurul Umairah Khairina binti Hassan. And the third one is, which is me, a group leader, Muhammad Fakrul bin Abdullah. So the fourth one is Izian Shohada binti Hasbullah. And the last one is Ahmad Mustaqim bin Mahathir. Alright, let's begin into the history of Singapore. Have you ever thought about Singapore's remarkable story? It's not just about its glittering skyline or bustling streets, but the very essence of its existence nestled at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula. Singapore isn't just a dot on the map. It's a living testament to the ebb and flow of humanity. Centuries of migration have woven intricate threads into its fabric, shaping it into the vibrant international capital and financial powerhouse we see today. It's a convergence point where cultural collide, dreams are chased, and opportunity abound, all against the backdrop of a history rich in diversity and resilience. So let's move to background of Singapore. Before the skyscraper and bustling streets, Singapore was known as Temasek, a sea town in Javanese, serving as the capital of the Sriwijaya monarchy in Sumatra. Later, the Sultanate of Johor took over, marking the start of Singapore's intricate history. Fast forward to 1824, when John Crawford, the island's second resident, sealed its fate by signing an agreement with Sultan Hussein Shah, making Singapore an official British colony. Its tale of transformation from ancient roots to colonial rule, shaping the vibrant city we know today.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ismail Hakim, and now I will talk about security in Singapore. First and foremost, Singapore consistently ranks among the safest countries in the world with low crime rates. Its strict law, efficient law enforcement, and effective judicial system contribute to maintaining public safety and security. Furthermore, despite its small size, Singapore's military is one of the most advanced and well-trained in the region. The Singapore Armed Force (SAF) regularly conducts rigorous training exercises and participates in joint military drills with international partners to enhance readiness and capabilities. Lastly, Singapore adopts a zero-tolerance approach to various offences, including vandalism, littering, and corruption. This approach reflects the government's commitment to upholding law and order and maintaining high standards of cleanliness and integrity. However, Singapore also faces some security issues. Firstly, cybersecurity threat. In 2022, Singapore received 32 million digital fraud attacks, which most carried out by automated bots, which their targeted is e-commerce payment transactions. Overall attack rate in Singapore was higher than the Asia Pacific average. Report also said that Singapore-based banks cross-border are highly interconnected because of their status as financial hub and its open economy. Therefore, Singapore governments do efforts to stop scams, such as introduce the Scam Shield app, which blocks scam calls and detect scam messages. Banks also have been working tirelessly on anti-scam measures such as anti-malware features in mobile apps and the latest initiative that allows customers to lock up their savings. Other than that is terrorism threat. Singapore faces a terrorism threat primarily from radicalized individuals and groups inspired by extremist ideologies, both domestically and regionally. However, the government has closely monitors radicalization and takes proactive measures to prevent individuals from becoming involved in terrorist activities. Thank you.
Now, let's move on to the next domestic issues, which is political issues. One of the intriguing issues that can be discussed about is the foreign intervention. Foreign intervention is covert attempt by foreign people to manipulate the political scene of Singapore that could jeopardize the sovereignty and serenity of the country. The foreign intervention propaganda is conducted via media campaigns to spread false messages to mislead the people of Singapore. This deception had created a social tension among the Singaporeans due to differences of opinions and disharmony, particularly on controversial issues such as religions and race. This also have caused mistrust and lack of confidence toward the Singapore government. As such, the Singapore government have proposed a bill on the foreign intervention to overcome this issue and to prevent further attempt in the future. The Ministry of Home Affairs reiterated the bill could reinforce Singapore's capability to detect, deter and deny any foreign intervention on domestic politics. Through this bill, the government would be able to instruct the internet service provider and social media operators to release information on the users, to delete online content and to block any account with misconduct behavior on behalf of the government.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Umaira Khairina binti Hassan. So the next issue that I will explain is economy. Singapore's economy is a highly developed and successful free market economy, with the government playing an important role. Next, Singapore also has a skilled workforce as a result of the success of its education policy in producing skilled workers. So, these are the two issues of economy that happen in Singapore. So, the first one is inflationary pressures. Singapore saw growing global commodity prices and supply chain disruption, leading to heightened inflationary pressures. Inflationary pressures reduce purchasing power and push up household costs. The government actively monitored inflation and took steps to reduce its impact on who? On consumer and companies. But policymakers continued to be concerned about the situation. So the next issue is labor market challenges. Despite improvement in the overall unemployment rate, labor market issue remain particularly in industry strongly touched by the COVID-19 pandemic, such as tourism and hospitality. As we know, COVID-19 pandemic have given a big impact, not just in Singapore's economy, but around the world. The government provide workers with salary subsidies, training programs, and job placement initiatives, but challenges remain. So that's all from me. Thank you. Bye.
So I am Izan Syuhada binti Asbawa, simply as Izan. So next is social and cultural aspect in Singapore. So the social and ethnic fabric of Singapore is a distinctive fusion of Malay, Chinese, Indian and foreign expatriate. So every ethnic has their own cultural in terms of festival, cuisines, language and traditions. So the initial arrival of extranation immigrants from Taiwan had an impact of Singapore's indigenous culture. So Singapore has 4 official languages, which is English, Malay, Chinese and Tamil. So English is the language that is mostly widely spoken and written. So it's used in public service, administration, education, business and so on. So the majority of the people in nation is bilingual. It means that they are fluent in 3 of mother tongues and reasonably proficient in English. So next is one of the social issue, which is mental health issue. So people in Singapore of all age have shown a remarkable concern for mental health, with 67% expressing concerns. So the top 3 mental health condition in Singapore is major depressive disorder, alcohol abuse and obsessive compulsive disorder. So an alarming increase in suicide, as reported in a report by the Samaritans of Singapore, added to this cause for concerns. So according to the report, there were 476 suicides in 2022, which is the highest number in more than 20 years. So this happened maybe because they have some low income issue, family problem, education, business and so on. So the government announced measure to strengthen mental health service in response to this concerning trend under the National Mental Health and Wellbeing Strategy, to make some program for general to show some concern about the mental health.
So let's move to conclusion. So Singapore faces unique security challenge due to its small size and strategic location between larger neighbours, which have led to the implementation of strict laws by the long-ruling government to ensure stability while driving rapid economic growth through foreign investment. The country boasts a highly educated and disciplined population nurtured by effective social policies, yet it has faced criticism for its authoritarian political system and minimalist approach to social welfare. So that's all. Thank you.